It's time for math. Let's get started with our 100 sheet. Make sure you have yours out and we'll practice some counting. Let's count by twos first. Point with your finger on the red 2 and then we're going to do the red numbers going all the way across. Let's go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Good job. Let's do it one more time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now let's count by fives. You want the green one and then the red one on the end, okay? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. What coin do you use when you count by fives? Were you thinking about a nickel? I was. A nickel is the one with Thomas Jefferson on it, and he has a small ponytail with a small ribbon on it. And on the back is his house called Monticello. Let's go on to counting by tens. Point and count with me. It's the last column. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Woo! We are up to 100 already. And do you remember what coin you use when you count by tens? Dime is right. And this guy is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And he's the one with short hair. And this coin is the smallest one. See, when you compare it to a nickel, the nickel is bigger, but the dime is worth more. The dime is worth 10, nickel is worth 5. Ooh, what about this? This is a penny, and it is worth 1 cent. Perfect. And on the back is the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. And what was the new coin we just learned about? The quarter. And you can tell this is George Washington because his hair has that little curl right there, and he has a bigger ribbon on his ponytail. So that means this is George Washington, and this is a quarter. And on the back can be an eagle like this one, or it can be something to represent one of the states. And so a quarter is worth how much money? 25 cents. And if you count by 25s, it's a little bit tricky. So look here, and this is 25. It's green. And then 25 more takes you down to 50. So you go 25, 50, and then 25 more is down to 75, and then 100. So count with me. 25, 50, 75, 100. And if you had 4 quarters to make 100, that's the same as having $1. So now we got to review counting and coins, both of those. So now you need your lesson sheet that says 120A, and you need to be on the side with the heart. Put your name right up here and get your 2 dice, and you are ready to go. Pause this video if you need to get all those items, and then I'll read this story problem to you. Francois is playing a board game with 2 dot cubes. We call them dice. One is a die. More than one is dice. After his first roll, he counted 9 dots. Circle 2 dot cubes he could have rolled to have a total of 9 dots. Let's test it out a little bit. So if you rolled a 1, let's put it with a 6 because that would make a big number. So we have 1 and 6. Let's count the dots and see if we have the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? You're right. It is not right. If we already have 7 and we need to get to 9, how many more do we need? You're right, we need 2 more. Okay, let's find the 2 more than 1 is 3. So let's count and see if we're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So now what I want you to do is use your pencil and circle the 3 and the 6. And then I want you to write down here 3 plus 6 equals 9. So you're going to write the 3 first. I'm going to put mine closer so you might be able to see that. 3, and then a plus sign, which looks kind of like a small t, and then a 6, then an equal sign, which is 2 lines going across, and then a 9. Let's read that number sentence one more time. 3 plus 6 equals 9. If you need more time to write that down, you may pause the video and then come back with me and let's find another way to get 9. If we use the 5, how many more would we need to get to 9? Oh, let's try 5. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too many, but only by 1. So what's 1 less than 5? 4. Let me see if I can find a 4. See if you can find a 4 on your dice too. So you should have a 5 and a 4. Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. That's what it is. We needed 9. So I want you to take a crayon. You can pick any color except yellow or that light peachy color called apricot. I picked a purple. You don't have to use purple, but a darker color. And then you want to circle the 5 and the 4. Then we're going to write that number sentence. And you can write that number sentence with your crayon. And what number do we have here? 4. And then a plus sign. How many do we have over here? 5. And then you need an equal sign. And then what were we trying to get? You are right. That is 9. Let's make sure this is right. I will hold this closer so you can get that. And then we're going to count the dots again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you want to write 4 plus 5 equals 9. So there were 2 ways to get 9. Can we use the 2 and the 1? If you said no, you're correct. Because if you do the 2 with the 6, let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It only gets you 8. And we already tried 1 with the 6. And the rest of the numbers are all smaller than that, so that wouldn't work. So the 2 dice you cannot use are the 1 and the 2. But the rest of the dice you can use. And let's do those number sentences one more time. 3 plus 6 equals 9. And 4 plus 5 equals 9. Let's read the problem one more time and make sure we got it all right. Francois is playing a board game with 2 dot cubes, or we call them dice. After his first roll, he counted 9 dots. Circle 2 dot cubes he could have rolled to have a total of 9 dots. And so we decided it was 3 and 6 and 4 and 5. And you have to make sure you use a different color because otherwise I won't know that you figured out which 2 to go together. Now, if you have that side all done, you can turn it over to the side with the star. If you're not quite done yet, pause the video and finish writing. And then when you come back, we'll do the other side. So make sure you're on the side with the star and let's read what it says. Curtis is playing a board game with 2 dot cubes. We call them dice. After his first roll, he counted 7 dots. Circle 2 dot cubes he could have rolled to have a total of 7 dots. Do you remember from the other side which 2 made 7? One of them was 6. Do you remember what the other one was? Can you make your other dot cube find it? If you put up one dot, you are correct. You should have a 6 and a 1. Let's count them and make sure it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, use your pencil and circle the 1 and the 6, and that makes 7. So let's write that number sentence down over here. I need to turn mine a little bit. So 1, because that's over here, and then you need a plus sign, which is like a small t, and then this is a 6, and then you need an equal sign. And how many was that altogether? You're right, 7. So you should have the number sentence 1 plus 6 equals 7. Did a great job. Now, do you think there are more ways to get 7? You're right, there are more ways to get 7. So, should we go with 5 next and see if something goes with 5 to make 7? Here we have 5. Now count with me. 5, then 6, 7. Find your 2 and let's see if that works. I found my 2. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. We are good to go. Now you want to take a crayon and circle the 5 and the 2. This time I'm going to use orange. Doesn't matter what color you use, just so long as it's a darker crayon. So 5 and 2. And then use that crayon to write the number sentence. So we're going to start over there. 2, and then you need the plus sign. And then this over here was a 5, and the equals what? 7. Let's say that again. 2 plus 5 equals 7. So you want to write that right there near where you wrote 1 plus 6 equals 7. Now, what do you think about the last one? See if those make 7. And if you think they do, then you want to circle them with a different color. And then you want to write the number sentence next. And tell me how you figured it out right down here. That's the end of the math lesson for today.